Hi there, welcome. This is the introductory Q&A session, one of many that I plan to organize once a month, during which we're going to address your most burning problems and offer solutions to them. Today, we are going to talk about mistakes in general. The most important things we need to know about mistakes. And believe it or not, our opinion of mistakes it limits us a lot and prevents us from actually exploring all the possibilities when it comes to language learning and to reaching our full potential when we speak in English. Okay, so the point is that we must not fixate on mistakes, which is exactly what we are doing, all of us. We should be focusing on mistakes. It's a simple solution. Sometimes complex problems do have simple solutions. So big difference, fixating on something and focusing on something. So we're going to try and explain that. So we are fixating on mistakes because we are afraid of being judged. We are taught that mistakes are bad and that they're a sign of weakness, a sign of incompetence, maybe even, right? And all that is actually holding us back. What we must understand is that making mistakes is an intrinsic human trait. They are inseparable part of the learning process, and they're not a sign of weakness. They're a sign that we are making progress, that we are trying out new things, testing what we have learned. Every time we make a mistake, we are making a mistake for various reasons, but it's a sign of progress. So if they're normal, if they are to be expected, why do we dread them so much then? As I mentioned earlier, we see mistake as failure because we think they affect the way people see us, which then further affects the way we see ourselves. So what I would like to point out, and what I always point out with my clients, is that what our people think of us are just opinions, not facts, okay? So they're not carved in stone. Remember that. And the whole point of speaking a language, any language, is to communicate. And in order to communicate, we must expose ourselves to other people. And that makes us feel uncomfortable, self-conscious, and insecure by default. So all those feelings we're experiencing when communicating with others are perfectly normal. We just need to learn how to work around them. And that's what we're going to be doing in these sessions, okay? So the truth is that we always make mistakes and that we will always make mistakes for one simple reason. We always make mistakes because we are work in progress. Okay, we are learning every day, improving, developing, growing every day. We are work in progress, so we are always going to make mistakes. So accept that. First thing is to be aware of your mistakes. Okay, then we need to understand why they happen. We need to analyze them and finally learn how to work around them. That's how we overcome fear of making mistakes. So how to be aware of our mistakes? We have to pay attention to language structures. Each language has its own structure, so we have to pay attention to those. Later on during our sessions, I will explain how. One of the ways of being aware of our mistakes is also recording yourself and then analyzing your recordings. That's how you will notice maybe the things that you're doing wrong. And another thing to do is make a list of weak points that you notice, okay? That's how you will have a starting point. You will know where to focus and what to work on later. And then once we've made this list and we know our weaknesses, then we need to analyze them in order to understand why they happen. And the reason why they happen is either because of habit, because we are used to saying it that way, and we've been doing that for years, probably. Another reason may be the lack of knowledge. Maybe we didn't learn that particular structure or expression, so we were not aware that it existed. We just didn't learn it earlier. Or we did learn it, but we are not sure how to use it, so we feel insecure. And finally, the wrong approach. We've been studying a language in a wrong way. That's a big problem, really a big problem. Now, and the third step we need to take is to learn how to work around our mistakes. We can do that only if we welcome mistakes, okay? Accept that they will happen, that they are going to happen all the time, and that we just need to focus on them. And we need to make them beautiful. I'll explain that. I know it sounds funny, but it actually is not. My daughters had a wonderful, a brilliant, an amazing first grade teacher. When they were learning how to write, letters and everything, she did not allow them to cross or to erase their mistakes, okay? Because she believed that they needed to accept them and not feel frustrated by them. What she asked them to do was to transform their mistakes into little flowers, houses, hearts, boats, rowboats, things like that. So when you looked at their notebooks, there were those texts, but there were a lot of beautiful little drawings within the text. So she made them realize that mistakes are normal, but they're not a rock that prevents you from moving forward. They're just a pebble in your shoe, maybe making you uncomfortable, but that you can turn them into something beautiful. So you focused on your mistakes, you realized your mistake, and you transformed it. So that's it. It's a wonderful, wonderful strategy. How can we make them into something beautiful? By laughing at them. Seriously, just try to take the importance away, right? Like, okay, I made a mistake, so what? I'm going to correct it, so I'm going to laugh at it, so I'm going to say something like, oops, that's enough. Or you can say, oh, that did not come out well. Or, oh, I didn't mean to say that. So what was that? Or, oh, I need coffee. Things like that. Or, oh, I must be tired. I'm not myself today. Something like that. Just laugh. When you laugh, when you improve your mood, you are releasing dopamine. Well, your brain is. So you are going to feel less stressed. Your listener will feel less stressed. They will relax as well. They will see you as human and funny, and they will stop focusing on your mistakes. They will be intrigued by what you want to say next. Okay? And finally, find what works for you. What everyone else is doing may not work for you. It doesn't mean that it's bad. It may be working for some people. It may not be working for you. So just find an approach, a coach, or someone who can help you with that. To sum it up, How to deal with your mistakes. First, be aware of them so that you can welcome them and accept them as the normal part of the process. Then you need to understand them, analyze them, see why they happen so that you can correct them. And finally, in order to correct them, in order to work around your mistakes, you need to find what works for you. And that's it, as simple as that. I hope this helped. So see you soon. Bye.